Very warm welcome to all of you to our podcast series. I am Rohit, Director Data Practice at Nvizion Solutions. And today I have a very special guest, Yasser Salah, who's from Informatica. He leads the Business 360 division and takes care in the complete Middle East region. Yasser, very warm welcome to our podcast.
Thank you, Rohit, very much. And good afternoon to everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you. And thanks for inviting me to this important event.
Yeah, this is a something which is very close to our heart. I mean, retail at Envision. Majorly our clients have been in retail industry. So this podcast is something which I was really looking forward for. I really want to thank you, Yasser, for giving your time.
Thank
And
you.
as you know, you have the great experience in this, and you have seen a lot of use cases already in retail. I want you to share your experience and share your knowledge with our viewers because there are so many who might get benefit from this podcast. So I want to start with the first question, Yasser. Basically, in retail world, we want to understand from you that what are the typical challenges you have seen where a master data management can be required. So if you can talk about some of the from your experience.
Absolutely. Actually, in the retail industry, as you know, it's the end result of the supply chain management. These retailers deal with a lot of phases, till they have the products on board. They deal with the manufacturers, they deal with distributors, and definitely they need to have at each stage the right data and the right systems. And the issue that we have seen while we're dealing with the retailers, that they do have a lot of data silos. They struggle to integrate the customer, product, and supply chain data across their disconnected systems. And this is simply because it's not anymore the fact that you have an ERP alone, or a retail system alone, or a point of sale system. Uh, Especially the large and the big retailers, they do deal with tremendous amount of applications that carry customer product and supplier information, and hence that is one of the major challenges that we have seen. Also, there are a lot of inconsistent product information. They need to manage this product information to up to date status. And they need to make sure that the customer get the right product at the right time. And hence the omni-channel as well is a complex topic that they are dealing with. They need to synchronize between the inventory, the pricing, and the promotion across online, mobile, in-store channels, which is very crucial to their business, and to provide seamless experience to the customer. But it's not that easy to achieve. The fourth aspect is the customer personalization. Without having a unified customer view, they will not be able to deliver the personalized experience and build the right loyalty systems, loyalty customers, which is really based again on the data that they are collecting. The supply chain disruption is a major challenge. Also, we are seeing here global events like pandemic, what happened in the COVID-19, and also the demographic situations, especially like the geopolitical situations. All those things impact the supply chain and makes a lot of disruption, and they really need to be very, very agile and very vigilant in dealing with such issues. The last point that we are seeing, and this is, of course, I'm just listing kind of 7 points, but there are a lot. The consumers demand transparency in sourcing and sustainability. The retailers don't have that kind of visibility, so that they can supply a sustainable reporting for their ESG metrics.
Absolutely. I echo your thoughts, Yasser. In fact, in my experience also, I have come across some retailers, and they have shared a similar point, especially about the customer, that unified view, that
Yeah.
they have customers in database, but they are not able to do a proper campaign because they don't have the right information. And it becomes very, very important that if you are looking to hit that customer and retain that customer, or maybe target new customer, you need to have their right details. You need to capture those details, and for that customer master data management is essential. And even in some of the case I have seen that the product onboarding, that is something which is taking a lot of time, and that happens because they don't have the centralized view of their product master. It's kept in silos. So completely equal with your thoughts. I think these are some pretty good examples. And viewers, if you have some questions, to Yasser or me, please put in the comment box. We'll definitely take it over here. Moving on, Yasser, to our next question. What are the current macro trends in the retail industry which you have seen as per your experience, Yasser?
Yeah, actually, for the macro trends, we are seeing a lot of directions towards the omni-channel retailing. And that is definitely something that after COVID-19 has become the de facto of this industry. And that has a lot of integration challenges as well, so that they need to reach to that kind of digital shop experience, like click and collect and in-store pickups and stuff like that. We have seen e-commerce growth, so accelerated online shopping adoption requiring scalable and efficient digital platforms. The personalization aspect as one of the important trends as well, related to data-driven approaches to tailor their marketing, product recommendation, and pricing for individual customers. Also, leveraging AI and machine learning for their demand forecasting, inventory management, and personalized customer interactions. The sustainability topic as well has become a major topic in the retail industry, especially compliance with environment sustainability and governance, new compliance laws. And there is increased demand for the eco-friendly products and ethical sourcing practices related to this specific point. In addition to the mobile commercing and the social commercing, for instance, they need to most of the consumers now are depending on their devices for shopping, for demanding the optimized mobile platform and payment systems to be there as well. Social commerce in terms of depending on dealing with platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and to drive direct shopping through influencer marketing and shoppable posts as well. So retailers must adapt, to these trends. We see that these trends are there. They really need to adapt to these trends by leveraging the right technology, prioritizing the sustainability, and delivering exceptional customer experience to remain competitive. And as you know, this is a major thing that depends on data, and hence Informatica data management cloud platform, in addition to the master data management technology, would be able to help them in dealing with those trends.
Yeah, I mean, agree with the trends which you mentioned, especially about the influencer marketing. It's very much in there. But still, for the business, what are their core priorities? Like if they have to sort it. So, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So the major business priorities for the retailers is, you know, can be summarized in enhancing the customer experience in the beginning, because this is their major, revenue stream. They need really to deliver that kind of personalized, seamless, consistent shopping experience across all the touch points. As you know, online systems, in store, mobile, all those touch points need to be synchronized. The digital transformation also has become a typical priority. So they invest heavily now in technology like AI and machine learning and data analytics, so that they can stream the operation and enhance the decision making. And as you know, this cannot happen without having the right data as well, and the correct, consistent data, so that they can do all this the insights required. And the third priority we are seeing is the omni-channel integration, by aligning inventory, pricing, and promotion across physical and digital channels for a unified customer experience. And this is important for them to meet consumer demand for convenience and flexibility. The other aspect is related to the sustainability and the sustainability goals. As I mentioned, the ESG has become a very important metric now, and they need to implement sustainable practices from the ethical sources to the waste reduction, and to eventually report their ESG metrics to the authorities. And this builds trust, and not only with the government or with the authority, but also it builds trust with the customer, because the customer starts to appreciate that kind of ethical sourcing, and how the waste is going to be dispensed in the right according to the right ecology and to the right standards. All those things impact them, and they have become part of their priorities. The supply chain, as I mentioned before, is very important thing. They need to optimize the supply chain. They need to build the resiliency in the supply chain, agility, reduce the cost, and improve the delivery time, because this ensures that the product availability, is going to be high, and the operation efficiency is going to increase, of course. The decision making has to be data driven. It should not depend on anything except the correct data, and that cannot happen without having a clean, unified data to drive the insights for better forecasting, for pricing strategy, and for the inventory management. And the other part is related to the regulatory compliance, as I mentioned before, which is typically we are seeing as well in the region here in the Middle East and in the GCC markets. We are seeing now that there are, a lot of compliance related to NDMO in Saudi Arabia, for instance. Also, Oman is going to go into a very similar standards for data standardization, and hence they have to abide by all those standards. And this is going to protect their brand, and their reputation, and avoid the legal penalties that might happen on them. And last but not least, streamlining the operation and reducing the overheads to maintain profitability amid the rising costs. And this balances their growth with the financial health. So, they must prioritize customer-centric strategies, technological advancements, and sustainability, while they maintain their operational efficiency to be able to compete in this very, very competitive market.
I think these are some excellent key points, Yasser, and I'm sure, guys, if you're listening to this podcast, please underline all of them, because this is a gold advice from somebody
Thank
who's expert in this. Yasser, I want to understand. I mean, still, knowing that what are the priorities, and we have been working in retail world from quite some time, but still, I have seen that retail data management is considered, difficult. So why is that notion is there?
Yeah, that's a very important question, actually, right? The data management in the retail industry is very, if I may say, complex in terms of the nature of the data and the volume of the data that is being generating across various channels and systems. And and the reason is the fact that, as I mentioned before, there is a lot of disconnected systems and data silos. You have tremendous amount of systems like CRM, ERP, point of sales, e-commerce platform that don't integrate seamlessly, and this definitely impact their operation, and this result in a fragmented data and making it hard to get a unified view of the customer product or inventory. Also, the other point related to the high volume and variety of data. The retailers deal with massive amount of data from online transactions, in-store purchases, loyalty programs, and supply chains. And the impact of this specific point is that they manage structured and unstructured data. And this means that you need to cater for all those type of data in a very efficient way. And the third point is related to having a rapidly changing consumer behavior. So, as you know, consumers constantly, switch between channels and expect the highest level of attention and personalized experience. And then this means that the retailer has to be very much having accurate, right information about the customer, and no confusion about the customer information, the household, what they are buying, and stuff like that. The fourth point is related to the inconsistency of data quality. They are, of course, suffering from that kind of data duplication, data inconsistency, which leads to incorrect data for the customer profile, for instance, for the product catalog, for the supplier record. All those things impact their operation. You don't have accurate data, you don't get right reports. Simple. Garbage in, garbage out. So the poor data quality leads to errors in decision making, lost sales, and dissatisfied customers. And the fifth point is related to the compliance with regulation. as I mentioned before, a lot of regulations like international GDPR and local like NDMO in Saudi and similar in UAE and as I mentioned in Oman as well. All those kind of regulation have to be abide by. And the omni-channel complexity, which is another important point, is also making them not able to manage data across physical stores, online platforms, mobile application, and social media, which all of these touch points, as I mentioned, require kind of synchronization. The supply chain complexity, as another point, also related to tracking the inventory, the supplier performance, and logistics, which involves managing diverse data sets across global operations. And data discrepancy can lead to delays, overstocking, or stock outs, which of course means that the business is going to be impacted. And last but not least, the legacy systems and the limited scalability. Many retailers still rely on very much outdated systems that cannot scale with growing data demands. And of course, these systems hinder the innovation and prevent the retailers from leveraging advanced analytics. So I just tried to brief this so that we could have kind of clarity about this specific, difficulty that they are facing, why they are seeing the data management as a difficult topic, and of course we do have the right solution for that as well.
Absolutely. I mean, yes, these are some of the top points which you mentioned. Let's say, let me be a retailer, in this case. So how shall I respond to it? Like, I mean, I know that it is difficult. So what are the things which I need to do?
A very good question. Actually, the recommendation is always from many consultants, like you need to bring this application, you need to bring this system, which is of course most of the retailers are currently having and already acquired. The point here that we need to make sure that they can take to respond to these challenges is to invest in the data technology, because as I mentioned before, without having the right, correct, accurate, highly governed data, you will not be able to to respond to such challenges. And definitely master data management, if the retailers are going to be able to manage the data and master the data in such a way that they have a unified source of truth for customers, products, and supplier, I think this is a very important point to be considered, so that they could eliminate the silos and improve their data quality and provide kind of a 360 view for their critical data domains, like the customer, the product, the supplier, and any other domain that they need. Also, the adopting AI and machine learning technology, which has become, of course, the standard of today's solutions. And really, retailers should be using AI driven tools in order to clean and categorize and analyze their data automatically. And definitely AI will really simplify the data processing and enable predictive analytics and support that kind of personalized customer experience. However, you can use AI with a lot of advanced models and algorithms, but if your data is not correct, not consistent, not properly mastered and governed, I think AI is not gonna get you the right insights that you want. The adoption of cloud-based solution as well could be an important thing, because when they move to cloud, like the Informatica Data Management Cloud, for instance, which avails scalability and flexibility, is going to enable real-time data processing, global accessibility, and compliance with regional regulation. And also the time for implementation is going to be much, much less than the on-prem solutions. They need to, deal with it through enhancing the data governance, implementing, robust data governance frameworks to ensure compliance with the previous regulation I mentioned. And that governance will ensure data security, data quality, and accountability, while reducing the compliance risks as well. The fifth point related to creating omni-channel data strategies. So, integrating data across online, offline, and mobile channels, it will help them to deliver consistent customer experience. And definitely, it's going to improve the customer satisfaction, loyalty by providing that kind of seamless shopping experience. And the other point related to embracing advanced analytics, and as I mentioned, analytics depend heavily on the data, and hence those will enable data-driven decision making to be in the right direction with highly correct data, and will definitely impact the operation and reduce the cost and improve the marketing effectiveness. Another point related to the build of agile supply chain, so that we can avoid this challenges related to the supply chain, and the data, the correct data related to the supplier and all the supply chain milestones, has to be able to dealt with in the most correct way, so that we can enhance the supply chain visibility and resilience, especially during the disruptions. And last but not least, partnering with the right technology providers, collaborating, with data management leaders like Informatica, and partners like you, Envision, definitely will help to have the right solution and the right implementation approach, and making it very cost effective as a solution from a license point and from an implementation point as well, so that they can, face resolve most of the challenges in a very short period of time.
That has always been our approach, Yasser. So whenever we are talking to any client, we try to first of all assess that what is their exact requirements. Give them the best consulting from our side, and obviously, with partners like Informatica, we are able to give them right solution as well, which definitely hits them there where they exactly need. So it's a combination, and it's a beautiful combination of the partnership with you, and also the kind of engagement and the comfort the clients which we have with us. So it's a team support, and
Absolutely.
we all are just playing one
And
role in that. But yes,
yeah, and we are professional enough to know and to face the challenges that we have seen.
yeah.
Both of us faced a lot of challenges, which is normal in such projects, and I think we were teaming up in order to resolve those challenges and bring the right value to the customer. And I think this is something that has to be considered, because uh, without having the right technology solution and the right implementation partner, none of the IT solutions really succeed. So it's a very good combination, and I think we're very much teaming up on this.
Thank you so much, Yasser, for all the nice words. Well, I'll just take this podcast, a little deeper in terms of the case studies. I mean, Yasser, I want you to give some examples to our viewers, where you have seen some of the typical retail use cases and their difficulties, the challenges, and the solutions which you must have provided.
Yeah, actually, we have seen some use cases, a lot of use cases actually, but I'm going to mention some of them, like the personalized customer experience, for instance, the kind of fragmented customer data across the online, the in-store, and the mobile platform definitely prevent the retailers from creating a unified view for their customer. And by using our master data management to integrate the customer data from all sources into a single source of truth for the customer profile, in addition to leveraging AI, our AI tool like Clear AI, it really helped us to resolve such a use case in a very short period of time. Before having the Clear AI implementation used to take months and months. Now it can take weeks and maybe days in case we have the right preparation. So this is one of the use cases that we have seen. The inventory optimization, for instance, is another use case. Poor inventory management for the because of the inaccurate or outdated product data definitely leads to stock outs and overstocking. And the use of Informatica Product 360 enabled us to centralize and standardize the product data, ensuring accuracy across all channels. Also implementing real-time inventory tracking to optimize the stock levels there. And this is one of our customers. When they did so, they really reduced the overstocking by 30% after implementing the centralized the PIM, product information management, and they were able to have a better inventory forecasting. And the third use case I can talk about is the supply related to supply chain resilience. Because as we mentioned before, if you don't have a right visibility for the supplier data, and you will have issues in the shipment tracking, and will have delays and result in inefficient supply chain. And by using master data management, we were able to integrate the supplier and logistic data for real-time tracking and enhanced collaboration. Also, leverage the predictive analytics to anticipate and mitigate the disruptions. And in certain retailers, we were able to reduce the delivery delays by 15%. Um, uh, Another use case related to the omni-channel experience. So we were able to counter these challenges of inconsistent product information and pricing across the different touch points. And by using the Informatica master data management, we were able to synchronize products and pricing data across all touch points. So these are kind of use cases that we have been facing, and we have implemented along with our partners. I recall also that in Puma, we did this together. It was a very exciting experience where we managed to reduce some of their challenges to a very good rate. And I think you were implementing that as well, right?
Absolutely. Puma has been one of our proud customers, and again with Informatica, we are able to provide them right kind of solutions, especially helping them achieve the product master. We did the Informatica P360 over there. They were having they didn't have the unified view of the complete product master, so that implementation really helped them, and they are still there from last 10 years with us. So that's one of our successful case studies, and we feel
Yes.
proud about that. And
And they increased their sales, by 10% within 9 months.
yes,
Huge company like Boom, it's a very good result, and the conversion rates, were increased by 20%. So they overcome the conversion rates by that percentage. So I think it was quite a good experience as well, that we did this project together.
absolutely, they can see the immediate results. So, and that's what we want. That if people are investing in a technology like MDM, and if they're taking Informatica and with us, so we want them to achieve some significant numbers where they can actually justify the return on investment. So yeah, we could do that. Well, Yasser, moving on, I want you to probably elaborate some of the success stories and some of the tangible outcomes. Like we just spoke about Puma, but maybe
Yes.
more than that, if you can elaborate, that will
Yeah.
be hugely
Yeah.
benefit for our
Of
viewers.
course, because Boma was one of the successful projects that we have seen, and accordingly, actually, I would also like to mention other projects like Discount Tire, where we managed to provide a very good customer loyalty use case, and we managed to reduce the duplicated customer record by 50%. It's about they reached up to 70 million records for a single source of trusted customer data. And we managed to improve the marketing response rate with customer segmentation and personalized communication. Other customers like Unilever, we managed to reduce the supplier onboarding time by up to 80%. And for other customers, like cooperation, which is related to governance and compliance, we managed to achieve the GDPR compliance while unifying product and sales data to drive e-commerce and CRM strategies. A customer like Burton, we managed to transition from a wholesale model to a DTC model by building, a customer 360 in 16 weeks. And now the product strategy for customer engagement is built on recommendation from millions of data points. So these are kind of brief use cases and references that we have done, and success stories worldwide. In the region as well, Majid Al Futtaim is one of our major customers, where we managed to use our master data management to have the proper customer profile, so that they can apply their AI tools and conduct that kind of marketing their solution to the right segments through their targeting campaigns and stuff like that.
Excellent examples. Even I want to cover, I mean, we have done a successful implementation with one of the big retailer basics. That was again a simple. I mean, they were having data in silos, did not have the unified view of the product master, and they also needed a customer master as well. So we did a multi-domain kind of a MDM for them through
Okay.
Informatica. Again, a very good case study, and we can see the results. Again, straight away, 15% jump in the operational efficiency and the reduction in the overall cost. The onboarding, product onboarding became super fast. So yeah, I mean, I have personally seen that the immediate return on investments when we are doing a master data management implementation. Yes, sir. But yes, sir. Typically whenever I'm still speaking to any CIO, because if I'm working on a large deal, ultimately the decision makers are CIOs, CFOs, and CXOs. So they don't care about the technology, honestly. They don't get into the technology. What they ask simply that, hey, Rohit, if I'm putting this much money, what is the return on investment? You tell me, why shall I buy such an expensive product? The Informatica is not cheap, right? So if somebody is paying that amount, they straight away ask that, what is my ROI? So what is your response, Yasser, to them? I mean, probably people who are listening, if any CIO is listening to us, then probably this can be a good viewpoint from you.
That's a fair ask from their side, to be honest. And anyone in the business would definitely request the same. And that's why we look at ROI from two major perspectives. The quantitative and the qualitative. But basically, the tangible thing is having it as a quantitative manner, and that means that you need to consider different aspects. Like, for instance, how much did you improve your data quality? How much reduction in duplicate, inconsistent, or incorrect records took place? And what was the time saved in manual data correction? So now, by understanding and knowing the time that we saved, we have a quantified aspect. And the retailer, for instance, they reduce customer record duplication. For instance, if they reduce it by 30%, saving time and reducing operational costs would also be an important factor to consider. The other part related to the customer experience enhancements, increasing customer satisfaction and loyalty through personalized experience, and having a higher engagement rate in marketing campaigns could be also measured. And as an example, for instance, personalized promotion that results
Yeah.
in a certain percentage of increase in the repeated purchase. This is another tangible thing. Operational efficiency, for instance, the faster supplier onboarding, streamlined inventory management, and optimization of supply chain. If you measure all those things, you will really have, you will be able to meet supplier data and reduce onboarding time by certain percentage. In certain cases, we reached up to 40%, which improve the supply chain efficiency. These are typical parameters that we consider. Also, parameters related to the sales uplift, the cost saving parameter. All those things, in the same manner, we managed to quantify them. And I just want to highlight something here, Roy, that this is why, um, when we go as a team and put that kind of discovery session in the beginning, in the pre-sales phase, I think it gives everyone the right visibility about the solution. Because when we
Yeah.
talk to the business, when we understand what are the business challenges, as we rightfully mentioned here in this podcast, that we started from identifying the business challenges, and then the related data challenges, and then what's happening and what's really bothering them, or what's really hindering them from achieving their business objectives, and then investigate what are the data challenges, and then put the right solution. And the customer, when they interact with us in that manner, I think we would be able to give some kind of quantitative figures, especially, if I may say, high level, but a little bit near to their own organization operation, rather than putting any kind of assumed parameters. So this is the quantitative part. But I also would like to mention that there are other qualitative benefits. which you cannot really quantify it in an easy way. The regulatory compliance, for instance, when you implement such a system, uh, how many penalties you will be avoiding, and what about your brand reputation? When you have that kind of proper compliance, when you are fast in the go to market, when you approach your customer in a personalized manner, you will have a consistent customer you know retention. You will be able to have that kind of trust and brand loyalty, and this is not easy to measure. The decision making agility, you will be able to have better data that enables you to have a faster and more informed business decisions. So as I mentioned, we have two aspects, but it's much easier to start with the quantitative. But I just wanted to mention that it's not only the quantitative but also the qualitative. If you look at it, it's going to also impact dramatically the company, in terms of uh, growing the revenue, in terms of compliance and avoiding penalties, and in terms of being very agile in the market, which of course means you are going to gain better, better income, better revenue for that.
Excellent point. Yes, yes. So, guys, if you are into sales and if you are speaking to CIO, then please, underline these points which Yasser has mentioned. I mean, this is the right way to, to approach somebody who's looking at return on investment. And they're right. I mean, of course, if they're spending money, they want to see the ROI. So, if you are not able to explain them that why, this technology is required, the value of money, then obviously nobody's going to buy from you. So, it's very important to know these points and to put it across in a right way manner so that the other person gets the right knowledge and they get convinced in putting
Absolutely,
the money in this technology. Well,
absolutely.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Yasser, right now. So you know that Informatica is not the only solution. There are competitors, right? And in retail world, I know that there are several players. Even if you look at the Gartner Magic Quadrant, you have good competition in this space. So why shall people buy Informatica? Why not others? So I know
Yeah,
that it is a tough
that's
question, but I wanted to put you on spot.
no, believe me, it's a business as usual question. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah, actually, when you look at that specific point, you will find that Informatica uh, has been in the market for more than 30 years now. You know, we are we have that kind of, if I may say, secret sauce of the data management. We have been implementing this, or we implemented this during the last 3 years, whether it was integration projects, data quality projects, master data management projects, or data governance. All those, 30 years of accumulate of experience were were really manifested in having the new cloud solution, which is definitely a solution that is based on AI, and our Clear AI now is if I may say, is a core part of our platform. And I'm saying platform, not product, because we definitely have a data management platform. We are the only one who has the data integration, the data quality, the data mastering, the data governance, the data privacy, the marketplace in a single platform. And if you look at it, you will find that we are unique in that aspect. Also, we are the only company worldwide, as we're speaking, that has AI being used in each and every pillar of their solution. And I just returned from CKO, our annual event, couple of days ago, and actually, we announced the Gen AI, and that means that it's not only simplifying the use of our platform, to be used by normal people. No, I think it's going to be a chat GPT like environment. It's going to be as if you are using your chat GPT and talking to the platform. Imagine the level of simplicity and the level of productivity that is going to happen. So by having that kind of technology on a cloud native architecture as well, that caters for cloud and on-premise solutions. It can integrate with any kind of ecosystem and with any kind of implementations. Also, as you are aware, Rohit, we built we are continuing investment in building those accelerators related to master data management. It's not only a multi-domain technology where you have customer domain, product domain, supplier domain, location domain prepared for you, but our investment is going also in building accelerators for for SAP, accelerator for CRM systems. Also, we built the MDM 360 for retail, which is a very much industry specific extension, and and it is tailored for common retail challenges such as the one we talked about, and for instance, product catalog management, for instance, or an omni-channel data synchronization is definitely taken care of. And this means you will have a faster implementation and immediate alignment with the retail use cases. For the data governance, it's part of the platform. It's part of the DNA. You don't need to do anything except just subscribing to our IDMC, and you will find the best data governance in the world as part of your environment. And this environment is completely scalable and flexible. And we are, as I mentioned, we were famous for our integration tools, so we definitely have that in the cloud by availing seamless integration with CRM, ERP, e-commerce, analytic platforms, like Salesforce, SAP, and Tableau, and the others. So this definitely means that the retailer can unify their data across their systems, which enables consistent and actionable insights. And we definitely have a proven data record, track record, as I mentioned, who has been in the market for a long time. And that means we have a lot of trust. People trust us. You can also see that in the results of customer satisfaction that has been taking place. And we have been there for more than 11 years, having that kind of awards for the best customer satisfaction. For the collaboration, also we have the workflow as part of the whole platform, and this means that you will have the highest level of cooperation, which will improve the efficiency and the alignment between technical and business stakeholders. Last but not least, the taking care of sustainability and ESG, where Informatica tool help retailers to track sustainability metrics across supply chain, and that means that they will meet their consumer demand for transparency and achieve the ESG compliance in a very easy way. So we are equally positioned, and this is not our own talk. This has been mentioned, as you mentioned, in Gartner, in Forrester's, in IDMC, and IDC, and this is not only us; it's also the consultants who are positioning us in the top right always, because we are focused. We are focused
Yeah.
on data management, and we're not distracted by any other thing.
No, I can vouch for it. And also adding, one more point, because as a as your partner, when we are implementing in Informatica, the main thing is the resources. I mean, it's very easy to get Informatica resources, and for I don't want to talk about others, but Informatica, I know that if I have to find an Informatica resource, it's fairly simple than any other resource. So that's also a factor, because if I'm not having the right resources, I won't be able to implement the technology. So it's very, very important that you have the wide range of people who understands Informatica and who can implement it well. So that's one of the factors. And also the point which you mentioned about the retail data accelerator, the data model part, that is excellent. I mean, that it can be a game changer, honestly, because if I'm giving them 80 to 90% data model ready to a customer, uh, then I'm basically sharing my learning, my sharing my experience with them, that hey, you don't have to dig in and start from scratch. I'm giving you 80% data model already ready. You just need to customize as per your requirement. And then obviously the overall data modeling part and the execution will definitely take lesser time, again ultimately saving their bucks. So I think it's a great thing by Informatica to have this retail data accelerator in the IDMC. That's can be a game changing thing.
Thank you. And also, I just want to pinpoint the fact that we are not only building the data model, like for the retail, for the ESG, for SAP. But we are also considering the AI as a
Yeah.
companion in the journey. You know, you're not working alone. You have something that is helping you, and it learns with time, so that you
Yeah.
can reach that kind of, if I may, synergy between the clear AI and the data models, and your environment is much more agile and efficient in terms of implementing the solution.
I know I can see the change. Honestly, I started working in MDM from 2002. That was my first implementation. It was for a banking client, Deutsche Bank. We used a Cyperion at that time. Informatica was Cyperion early over there. And I could see the matching, the algorithm used to take a lot of time. But now with AI, with the ML, with the learning from the data, it is taking seconds. So that is an excellent change I can personally, see. And I know most of the people who are using Informatica, they can see that with the advent of artificial intelligence, things have become super fast. As you rightly said, that you have somebody else also, working with you. You're not alone as a developer. You know that you get the assistance from the engine. You just need to know that what exactly you want. If you know what help you need, the system will itself will give you suggestions, and that really speeds the whole process, and obviously increases the accuracy. So that's an excellent point, and I think AI is definitely going to be here. And if Informatica has already taken AI in that mix, then we are working as per the trend in the market, and definitely giving one step ahead than probably others. So that's excellent by Informatica. Well,
Absolutely.
generally, Yasser, if you're speaking to a retailer, what's your advice? General advice that if you have to give them about the complete data management journey.
Yeah, actually, you know that master data management is part of the data management, but it's like an ERP project. It's not.
Yeah,
Needs to be handled in good care. You need to start with very clear objectives about what you want to do, and it has to be from the business. You need to define the business outcomes you want to achieve with your data management efforts. So, for an example, for instance, do you want to improve the customer personalization, or do you want to enhance the inventory management, or do you want to have a better regulatory compliance? So clear goals will help prioritize the initiatives and align the stakeholders across the whole organization. That's number
yeah,
one. Number two, you need to assess the current data challenges. What are the the issues that you are facing? And if a couple of minutes ago, I was just talking about the discovery session that we are doing, because this is going to
yeah,
help you as a customer to conduct a thorough assessment of your current data landscape, identify the issues like the silos, the poor data quality, the compliance risks, and others. And this means that there will be a clear understanding about the pain points that ensures that your efforts address the most critical challenges, which will be appreciated by the management as well, rather than the IT alone. You need to invest in scalable solutions, as we have been talking now. This is something that Informatica starts 30 years ago by having the first power center, our integration tool. Now we are having a complete platform that is
yeah,
it's scalable, and this means that you will be able to consider a lot of things, and consider having a ready-made models rather than building up things. And then this means that your implementation time is going to be much smaller, and your investment is going to be very much highly effective. Also, you need to prioritize the data governance in terms of establishing the robust data governance frameworks to ensure that data accuracy, security, and compliance with regulations like GDPR and NDMO are there. And having effective governance actually reduce the risks and build the trust with customers and the partners. Focusing data quality is another important aspect. You need to have the right tools to have to clean, to standardize, to enrich your data across systems in order to ensure consistency and reliability. And definitely, the high data quality is a major foundation of any effective decision making and successful analytics. The other point related to engaging the right stakeholders. As we were talking before, you need to have the right technology and the right partner,
yeah,
and also involve your teams internally, for the like the marketing team, like the sales, like the IT supply chain, in this journey. uh, Data management is a journey, and really if you are going to work alone as an IT department only, it's not going to work. From our experience, you need to involve all the business stakeholders within your project and make them eventually drive this, because this is where they find their the value, and that's why we made IDMC so simple in the usage part. um, uh, Adapting of phased approach is always the evolutionary part of implementation, which has been advised by several consultants, is very important to consider. You don't need to do everything, which is called the revolutionary part. You need to start in a very in a very good way, so that you don't lose other things. For instance, you can start with the product domain or the customer domain, and expand gradually. And the phased approach will allow quick wins and minimize the disruption. This means that the organization will witness success in a very short period of time, rather than closing the doors and tell everyone, give us 1 year and we'll give you good results. It doesn't work anymore, this approach. The leverage of AI and automation is also important. Using AI power tools, is important, which we already availed within our solution through Claire, in order to automate the data cleansing, the matching, and the enrichment processes. And this save time and reduce the manual errors. And most importantly, measure and monitor progress. You need to define key performance indicators to track the success of your data management initiative, like the reduction in data duplication, increasing in campaign ROI, having faster time to market for products. All those kind of things, the monitoring will help ensure that the effort deliver tangible business value. And last but not least, stay agile and innovative. You need to have continuous refining for your data management strategy to adapt to changing consumer expectations, market trends, and technologies. And definitely, agility will ensure that your data management practices remain relevant and impactful.
I mean,
So,
that's
yeah,
great key points, Yasser. I think this can be a very, very important tip, guys. If you are listening to this podcast, or if you have not got time, probably you can go and watch. It will be there at our page. But these are some excellent points, Yasser, and I really want to thank you for
thank
coming
you.
live for our podcast. But I won't let you go before you bless us. I mean, we have been working as your partner, so I want some probably advice from you, that how can we make this association much more stronger with you guys.
As I mentioned, the projects that jointly was done in Puma and in other accounts that you mentioned, references, they are successful projects. So I think that our relation is based on mutual understanding. We have found you serious in the implementation, having successful implementation, especially in MDM. I can say that it's not an easy thing. So I definitely I'm really happy with the way you are conducting projects in terms of even in the pre-sales. When we started together, if you recall, we went to certain retail company and there were kind of ambiguity, and we managed together to unleash this ambiguity and be able to put the right solution, put the right BOQ, and defend the case. And inshallah, we win this together. I'm sure that you guys are going to do a good job, because you do have the right skills, the advanced skills. You develop your skills from on-prem to SaaS. I think that's a great.
Yes.
You have certified people who really are certified by Informatica to implement its solution. So I think our partnership has been proven with time, and I definitely like to see you in the region here more and more, so that we can have more successful projects together, inshallah.
Absolutely, yes, sir. We are also excited to work with you. And if I have your blessings, for sure that we will, make sure that our client gets the right solution. And as I said, it's a team game, and with the active support from Informatica and people like you are there who are always, like our elders guiding us, we will continue to thrive success in this region and also in the entire world, because Informatica is worldwide. And guys, also, I know before finishing this podcast, we want to just announce that. Envision Solutions will be there at Leap. Leap is a big event in Saudi, and we'll be there with Informatica. So if you are there at the Leap, then please feel free to come to Informatica booth. You will find us as well over there. And yeah, so that will be great. And again, I want to thanks Yasser again to come this podcast. It was a beautiful discussion, very relevant, very important points, some of the excellent points, and I'm sure people have liked this podcast. So thank you so much, Yasser. It's been a long, lengthy session, I know, but yeah, thank you so much for taking your time.